Hello and welcome to our channel. Today, we are going to show you some of the plants that dogs cannot eat. They include 1. Sago Palm. The seeds of this plant contain large doses of toxin which can be lethal to dogs. In fact, ingestion of just a couple of seeds are enough to cause serious symptoms such as diarrhea, vomiting, seizures, depression, and even liver failure. 2. Tulip or Narcissus bulbs. The bulbs of the tulip contain toxins which have been proven to irritate the gut and cause drooling, a drop in appetite, depression of the central nervous system, cardiac abnormalities and convulsions. 3. Azalea or Rhododendron. Toxins are toxins found in this plant which cause symptoms such as drooling, diarrhea, vomiting, weakness, and depression of the central nervous system. In severe cases, azalea poisoning can even lead to coma or death as a result of cardiovascular collapse. 4. Oleander. Just like the sago palm, all parts of oleander are considered toxic, containing cardiac glycosides. These glycosides have the ability to cause an irritation of the gut, hypothermia, abnormal cardiac function, and even death in extreme cases. 5. Castor bean. Castor bean contains ricin, which is a highly poisonous toxin. When ingested, ricin can cause severe pains in the abdomen, drooling, diarrhea, vomiting, increased thirst, loss of appetite, and weakness. In severe cases, symptoms might aggravate to dehydration, tremors, muscle twitching, seizures, coma, and, sometimes, death. 6. Cyclamen. Cyclamen, a toxin found in cyclamen, is a known cause of considerable irritation of the gut, and serious vomiting. Although this toxin is concentrated in the roots of the cyclamen, other parts also contain the toxin and, in some cases, fatalities have been reported. 7. Kalanchoe. Toxins in Kalanchoe can affect the heart's rhythm and rate and can also cause gastrointestinal irritation as well. 8. Yew. Yew contains toxin which can affect the central nervous system, causing symptoms such as difficulty with coordination, trembling, as well as breathing difficulties. In some extreme cases, toxin can also cause an irritation of the intestines and heart failure which can easily lead to death. 9. Amaryllis. Be extra careful if you're one to adorn your house with amaryllis during Easter, as it is dangerous for your dog. Amaryllis is known to contain some toxins which can cause diarrhea, vomiting, pain in the gut, hypersalivation, depression, tremors, and anorexia. 10. Autumn crocus. Another dangerous plant, autumn crocus, can lead to oral irritation, vomiting, with blood, diarrhea, multiple organ damage, as well as suppression of the bone marrow. 11. Chrysanthemum. Very popular. Very dangerous. Chrysanthemum contains pyrethrins, and if ingested, pyrethrins can cause stomach upset which may present as drooling, diarrhea, and vomiting. 12. English ivy. Going by all kinds of other names including sweetheart ivy, there's nothing sweet about this plant. It contains triterpenoid saponins which cause gastrointestinal problems symptomized by hypersalivation, abdominal pain, vomiting, and diarrhea. 13. Peace lily. Peace lily contains calcium oxalate crystals which mostly irritate the mouth. These crystals cause an irritation of the mouth which eventually leads to excessive drooling, difficulty in swallowing, vomiting, and intense burning in the mouth, tongue, and lips of the pet as well. 14. Pothos. Pothos is a really common household plant, both the epipremnum and the syndapsis. When ingested by dogs, toxins in pothos can cause irritation and swelling in the oral tissues. It could also lead to swelling of the gastrointestinal tract as well. 15. Schefflera. Just like peace lily, Schefflera contains calcium oxalate crystals. 16. Poinsettias. When ingested, these ones mostly affect the mucous membrane by irritating the membrane. Thankfully, they aren't too dangerous as long as you treat the matter promptly and properly. 17. Karaka tree berries. This one is particular to New Zealand. These berries look like delicious fruits as they turn orange when they ripen. However, if eaten by your dog, it can turn fatalistic. Karaka tree berries contain an alkaloid, karakin, which is highly toxic. When ingested, karaka berry poisoning is symptomized by convulsions, weakness, confusions, and vomiting. Symptoms of karaka berry poisoning are usually delayed by about 24 to 48 hours. So, if you think your dog has had even one, kindly see your vet immediately. 18. Aloe Vera. Aloe vera is another common plant grown in many households, especially for treating burns. However, it is not something you want your dog to ingest, so keep it out of their reach. Symptoms of aloe vera poisoning include vomiting, diarrhea, a change in the color of the urine, tremors, and anorexia. 19. Baby's breath. As innocent as this plant sounds, baby's breath is a real bad boy. If ingested, this flower can cause diarrhea and vomiting in dogs. 20. Begonia. Another popular garden plant, begonia is known to be toxic to dogs, especially the tubers. Symptoms of begonia poisoning include an irritation of the oral cavity, intense burning in the mouth, lips, and tongue, excessive drooling, swallowing difficulty, and vomiting. 21. Carnations. Although not as poisonous as the other flowers on our list, carnations are common in floral arrangements and can cause mild symptoms. These can range from mild gastrointestinal upset to a mild case of dermatitis. 22. Daffodil. Daffodils, especially at the bulbs, are super toxic to dogs. Symptoms of this toxicity include vomiting, diarrhea, salivation, convulsions, decreased blood pressure, cardiac arrhythmias, and tremors. 23. Gladiola. Usually, the bulb of the gladiola is the toxic part of this flower. So, generally, it might not be as dangerous as some other plants. Nonetheless, better safe than sorry. Symptoms of poisoning by gladiola corms include salivation, drooling, diarrhea, lethargy, and vomiting. 24. Hosta. Dogs are, naturally, not attracted to hostas, but still, you want to be careful. Some dogs can be really inquisitive. Hostas are toxic to pets and can lead to depression, diarrhea, and vomiting. 25. Milkweed. Milkweed is wonderful to have in your garden, especially because of the monarch butterflies. Nonetheless, milkweed is quite toxic, and you should know. When consumed, milkweed poisoning can cause multiple symptoms, all of them bad. They include vomiting, weakness, severe depression, anorexia, and diarrhea. Sometimes, these are then followed by a rapid and weak pulse, seizures, breathing difficulties, dilation of the pupils, failure of the liver or kidney, paralysis of the respiratory tract, and finally, even death. 26. Morning glory. This one causes hallucinations in dogs that consume them, among other symptoms. These symptoms include gastrointestinal upset, tremors, agitation, ataxia, disorientation, and anorexia. 27. Tomato plant. Dogs must not eat the tomato plant, or certain parts of the tomato fruit either. Although not lethal, it could still cause a significant level of discomfort for your little pooch. Symptoms of poisoning include hypersalivation, loss of appetite, intense gastrointestinal trouble, drowsiness, diarrhea, depression of the central nervous system, change in behavior, confusion, weakness, dilation of the pupils, as well as a decrease in heart rate. 28. Holly berries. Of course, holly berries remind you of one thing only: Christmas. With their typical green leaves and red berries, holly berries can look really enticing. However, when consumed by dogs, they can cause diarrhea, vomiting, stupor, and dermatitis. Luckily, effects are often mild since the berries are so bitter. Dogs don't typically consume them in large quantities. 29. Mistletoe. Doesn't thinking of a mistletoe just make you smile? Well, you probably didn't know, but eating even a few berries can cause diarrhea, vomiting, as well as moderate levels of intestinal and stomach pain in dogs. If severe, symptoms might progress to labored breathing, reduced blood pressure, and cardiac failure. So, always ensure that the mistletoe is hung high enough to be out of the reach of your pet. 30. Dumcane. With its vibrant color, dumcane is a good idea when you want to liven your living space a little bit. However, dumcane is quite dangerous to pets. Especially if your dog loves to chow down on foliage, you'd have to be extra careful about this one. Symptoms of poisoning usually include inflammation and injury to the lips, tongue, and throat. In some cases, blindness might also result, as well as respiratory trouble. Excessive drooling, difficulty in swallowing, and vomiting are other symptoms. If you've enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you'll know once we post a new video. Also drop a comment below so we can know your thoughts. Finally, don't forget to check the description below for more details and visit our site, www.dogproductsguide.com, for more awesome dog product content like this.